you and your mom and your sister and your job and your broke ass car and the shit you call RF, you and your friends that'll never see again. Everybody but your dog. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, major daCAT updates. Shiro update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. There's a lot of good stuff. VeVe grosses 30K with Maserati. Okay, yeah, we'll go over that. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. I think VeVe actually posted a Father's Day thing, and I think Clever Jerk posted something amazing like he always does. I don't know why I keep on clicking VeVe Meister when I meant to click VeVe. I think his name just comes up first. Anyway, yeah, they go on, and it's actually pinned saying, celebrating Father's Day, whether on Earth or in a galaxy far, far away, the bond between children and the fathers in their lives is as strong as any force you can imagine. I can't see Vader doing a lot of this stuff, but okay. The Star Wars Father's Day collection dropped on VeVe in 2022 and presented a unique spin on the classic moments of fatherhood, seen through heartwarming parenting moments shared between the most beloved Star Wars characters in hilariously familiar images. Giveaway: celebrate Father's Day by sharing your best Father's Day themed post in the comments below for a chance to win a VeVe digital collectible. One random entry will win. And the entries close on tonight at 11:59. I'm sorry, tomorrow morning at 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clever Jerk has, I think, one of the best ones. It says Happy Father's Day, and he's got the mint number 666 for all of them, except for that one down there, what is mint number 77. I'm sorry, mint number 66 of our one's mint number 77. 77 just because Star Wars came out in 1977, and 66 because Execute Order 66. So that this man's a champion. He probably has, as far as what he has, like the amounts of what he has is probably worthwhile. I like however much he has. Let's say he has 3,000 collectibles. I'm sure he has more, but let's say it's 3,000 collectibles. Those 3,000 collectibles, most of them, the mint numbers, oh my goodness. It's a multiple of what anyone else has, even if they have those same collectibles, just because he's just an absolute monster at getting the mint numbers. It's like if anyone's ever seen Zeitgeist moving forward, where the guy at the beginning, there's a voiceover talking about him and his grandma playing Monopoly. Like, she was savage, she was ruthless, she would bend the rules if she needed to, and then one day, you know, he winds up winning. But Clever Jerk is just like that, going off and just, I don't know how he does it. I've never gotten lucky enough to have anything that he wants. I love him, so I'd go in and cut him a deal. I'd be like, hey, even if you were to pay this price, I'd only charge you for that, you know, for a smaller price, just because he's such a big help to the community. Anyway, oh, hey, look at that. DigiJoin saying, wow, I think I have this. So for those of you that do not know, DigiJoins and me just inked a deal yesterday in order for me to write the DigiJoins comic that will appear on VeVe later this year. It will be under the daCAT universe. So it'll be like daCAT Chronicles presents DigiJoins, or daCAT, you know, daCAT World, or whatever we decide to go in and do. It'll be presenting DigiJoins. And outside of that, because I know some of y'all heard about that yesterday, I inked another deal today with Nike the Pig. We'll go over and actually take a look at my post from before, if I can find it, because I post a lot. I'm sorry about that. Yep, shout out to Nike Pig _ADA. And the thing behind him is that this is actually Charles Hoskinson's pig meme coin. And Charles Hoskinson been asked multiple times, hey, what are your favorite coins out there? I forget what the other two are, and this is obviously aside from Cardano. Again, I forget what the other two are, but one of them is actually Nike Pig. He's a big fan of them. I think the guy that's behind this account, don't want to dox him, had said, like, yeah, I actually talked to his brother just the other day about things, but he's a big fan of it. So it's not like daCAT back in the day where Grumpy Cat, and we had that fight with the original Grumpy Cat owner, because that owner thought that he owned all cats with a form of dwarfism. Anyway, we decided to go in and obviously checking beforehand for each one of these guys. Hey, do you own the IP? Is this cool? You own this, right? Like, nobody's going to try to slap you with a lawsuit for copyright infringement if we do this. And he says, no, he's actually a big fan of it. So we'll probably get a shout out from Mr. ADA himself from for Nike the Pig for being under daCAT. Anyway, I go in and say, shout out to Nike Pig, one of Charles Hoskinson's favorite projects, for striking a deal with me and joining the daCAT token universe. Their comic will appear on VeVe later this year, and after primary sales end, they'll be available on Stacker World for OMI. Gotta love that. So we actually don't have anything on Cardano. Like, we have a bunch from base. Like, obviously, OMI's on base, Crappy Bird's on base, Chaos on the Chain's on base. Sharby actually has a token where they're on base as well. And then obviously daCAT's on Ethereum. A bunch from Solana, Ladies on Sol for Solana, Space Penguins on Solana, Saitama Wolf Project. I should finish that tonight, also on Solana. And then you have the first one of Cardano, which is Nike Peak. So really exciting. We're like kind of getting all of the Infinity Stones, merging them with daCAT, and I can't wait. I think one of my favorite requotes of this was O'Milly saying, more deals for the homies, more deals on the way. Armchair CEOs are still just talking, haven't built a thing in 3+ years. When he's talking about armchair CEOs, the people that are like telling like Disney and Marvel like what to do, be like, yeah, you guys might have a $100 billion company, but we know exactly. I mean, and granted, a lot of fans do know what they want. I don't know why people are making such a stink about Thunderbolts. It was so good. Like 8.5 out of 10 would recommend. That's a lot more than I could say for a lot of other Marvel movies recently. Anyway, what O'Milly was talking about is just like people that tend to not do anything tend to be the ones that criticize the most. So again, shout out to him for that. Let's take a look at, Chaos on the Chains actually just posted saying, breaking, multiple meteorites are headed towards Earth. Again, this is a Chaos on the Chains thing, not an actual thing. One is less than 500,000 kilometers away and wasn't on any radar. Global panic, unknown energy readings. This isn't just a rock. It's the beginning of something bigger. Chaos is coming. Episode 1 begins now. And I'll just show you the video from it.
From CN 24/7 with breaking news. A massive meteorite has just appeared on the outskirts of our solar system, catching international space agencies by complete surprise. The meteorite is currently less than 500,000 kilometers away from Earth and is moving at an unprecedented speed. Scientists are gathering more information about its composition and potential impact.
And it just goes on to show a couple of people in their homes freaking out. So again, shout out to Chaos on the Chains for being part of us. They were one of the first to come in and could deal with us. Anywho, the next person or the next community that's going to try to come in, because again, I am going to finish Saitama Wolf Project for daCAT and for them like tonight, but then I have to go right into Nike the Pig, and then after NFT NYC is when I have to start writing the DigiJoins comic. So I'm very, very busy. So I have to, and granted, I wrote this comic for Saitama Wolfpack in like 5 days. Like I was booking it. It seems like the more that you write, the easier it becomes. So says a lot of things. Anywho, let's get to VeVe grosses 30K with Maserati. That was even as of 4 hours ago when I made this. They might have made just a little bit more afterwards. I did post up something over on X like earlier at like 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, saying shout out to VeVe and Maserati for grossing 26K in an hour on their most recent drop. That special edition though. Special edition looks really good because for that special edition, it at the time it cost like I think like $1,800. I'm sure it's gone down since then. That's the Alfieri. It's the yellow one, and it's actually down to, well, it says 1,400, but there is an auction that ends in 21 hours and 35 minutes. That looks like it's going for 1,000. So if you wanted to kind of take your chances, spin the wheel, make it happen. Sorry, it's a old song. And you didn't want to pay $1,400, you could wind up only paying 1,000. But again, it might come down below that. So to each their own. Or you could try to buy a Maserati for $40 and maybe get lucky. Be advised, in the secondary market, there's 99 of them, and I'm gonna say it's like 11. Oh, it's $14. Okay. Was that like a 60? 40 times. Oh no, it's like way worse. Hold on, I'm tripping. So it's like yeah. So it's like 65% off of what you actually paid for it. So if you don't want to spend $40 over and then try to get it, and if you don't get it, you only get something that's worth $14. But you just like the car. It is a pretty cool car. $14, I don't think is really that terrible, especially considering that there's 2014 of these, which actually means 1964 because they keep 50. But 1,116 left, so it's 848. So it's actually they've sold about $34,000 worth of stuff as of the making of this video, as of right now, and they'll get up to 35 at some point. And again, that's just primary, not secondary market. Secondary market, they obviously have a little bit more as well, getting that nice 2.5% each time. Shout out to them for keep on doing that. What's up, Turtle Golf? Thanks first, my man. How's it going? Meow, 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 meow. Phil Carter says, "Damn, yeah, he beat you. He beat you." Normally Bill Gardner gets it. He did. He got you. All right. Anyway, let's go on to the. Well, let me stay on this for a second. I have, because I've been so busy with the daCAT comics and all that, I haven't really focused on gone on social media as much. So I haven't seen really any FUD, but I haven't really been on socials. So I'm sure there are, like, I'm sure there's FUD from other, like, again, you pay 40, you get 14. Again, part of what's being a really good debater is knowing the other side better than they do. So I guarantee you, you'll hear the same old tropes. It would be, why spend $40 when you're, immediately it's gonna be worth 65% off as soon as you buy it. Or it would be, there's too many mints, or the special mint isn't that good. It's not worth it. It's gambling. Like, of course, it's gambling. Every blind box you've ever seen is gambling. For the most part, again, I'll just say what I would normally say. VeVe sets what they think it's worth. If you don't think it's worth that, then don't buy it. Nobody is forcing you to buy it. But again, I haven't seen any of the FUD out there. Again, I'm sure it's out there. At the end of the day, I'm happy that VeVe grossed 34,000. Again, under 12 hours. I'm sure they'll get to 35 at some point. I would consider that a success, considering the last couple of things that dropped were nowhere near this. Now, granted, some of it is because Maserati is a really cool car. And if I can quote Good Charlotte, girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money. And again, Maserati, I'm not going to lie, it helps. Yeah, good car helps. Anyway, it's a flex. Is this one actually a flex in here? Not really. In real life, it's a flex because Maserati is really cool. And again, I think Comics and Crypto has like a $1,400 or $1,500 bounty on the number 2000. I have it here somewhere. I'll try to find it. It is. I could have sworn I got it yesterday, or maybe I didn't. I feel like I should be better. 17. Nope, that was wrong. Nice. Got a nice little nude over there. I can't find where it was, but I'm almost positive. Oh yeah, it's a $1,500 bounty for the mint number 2014. That's the year of the model debut, and it is also the last mint number. So that's what they have the $1,500 bounty on. To my knowledge, that has not been claimed yet. So if you want to go try it and gamble, you could either get that, or you could get the special edition, or just get a normal Maserati. And again, it's different than like the Lambos, because the Lambos, they tend to have a lot of mints. This one really only has one. It's the common and then the special edition. So I think this will actually do pretty well over time. It's a pretty cool looking car. Anywho, what we got here? Let's start off with Shiro, because Shiro is pretty awesome. And let's take a look at what they're doing today. Shiro's down about 1.8% on the day, 865,000 in volume. So it has been pretty lower. It's been averaging lower volume around 1 million, with a couple of days being below 1 million. This one, 865,000. So I would like to see a bit more volume. $5.2 million market cap. And again, this is a lot of push and pull, a lot of back and forth. I was on a space, I'll get to that in a minute. Over the last month, yeah, again, you just have that big dip that we had when they got hacked. It has formed a pretty nice base, though. It hasn't really gone below X amount of zeros, 6-1. It hasn't gone below that, even now at X amount of zeros, 6-5. So it's formed a pretty nice solid base down there. But then each time we try to go up, it does break back down. But I do know a couple of bigger whales here that they're they're in it for the long haul. And again, they do a really good job because they do have 60,000 followers over on X. They're just their fat cats, like their whale chat has over 100 people. And then on top of that, they have the actual Shiro cat telegram with like 18,000 people. So active. I haven't checked it in a while. And when I say a while, I don't mean like 3 days. I mean like since this morning. And there's 700 messages in that Shiro community in there. And so again, I haven't checked it in a while. Let me. There's a couple buy orders over there. I'll give that a 100. But a lot of them, they post raids, they post memes. They, I don't know. Who got their cat to do that? It's AI. I'm going to assume that everything's AI until it hasn't been proven yet. Yeah, they post a lot of cool memes. It's a lot of fun. And that Telegram's free to join. You don't need any other. You don't need to be a whale to join that. They do have another whale chat as well. And again, they raid so many different stuff like every day. And I will try to get to Cat to do that at some point. I'm just so I don't know how Shiro, I'm sorry, Billy, aka Hero, does that because it's just a lot of time that he has to dedicate for that. And the dude's got like multiple kids. The dude's working. Dude's getting that bread. Again, bet on the horse, bet on the jockey. Hero and All Dolled Up from Sharby, really putting in that work. Speaking of All Dolled Up from Sharby, we have the Saitama Wolfpack coming on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that bell for notifications, or you could just set it in your alarm clock, whichever works. And yeah, I want to get the cat to do that. But again, I'm so busy with so many other things. Just have the normal stuff, the OTC deals, trying to build the YouTube channel, but then just also trying to have meetings. And not every meeting is successful. Like every time I have a meeting, it's always great. It's never like, nah, we'll pass. It's always like, I would love to, but it's just not a ton of funds right now. And again, I don't want to, I mean, if someone's willing to pay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, yes, I'll get a fee for like writing it, but it's not about that. A lot of it is about like I would much rather write a comic for somebody that has 80,000 followers and a good amount of them will get onto VeVe versus, and I'd rather take like a smaller fee for that as opposed to taking a larger fee for someone with like next to no followers. Like again, I'll take the fee, but I would much rather it be with someone with a lot more followers so that this way when the comic comes out on VeVe, they all make accounts. And again, will I make money on the, giving my referral link down below for VeVe? Absolutely. But it's really just about getting more numbers on VeVe. I don't really care too much about the referral code as much as I do about OMI going to the moon. And like I said, I will get a little bit more by next month. How much more? I don't know. Maybe 10 million. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. There's a couple things I'm going to do that I'm going to try to do, and maybe I get a little something. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. Speaking of daCAT, let's take a look at that because that is my favorite little guy. Pretty flat on the day, down about 0.1% on the day. 8 zeros, 425, with $556 in volume, so pretty low. $1.7 million market cap. And again, I'll go in and all right. So here's where I could talk about it. I was on a space. Is his name James or is it Joe? It was Joe on Chain, who's actually in another space right now. Oh my God, this has been going on legit since 1:30. He's been live for about 7 hours. I have my friend Space Penguins in there right now. That is insane. They've been going for that long. Let me see what they're talking about. There's so many things pinned to the Jumbotron. I want to see if they had pinned any of my stuff.
Can you guys hear him? No.
I think when I was one of the first speakers, like X amount of hours ago. Okay. They did not pin any of my stuff. Damn them, but they have 106.90 comments over there. So again, this guy, I don't know how often he does this. Maybe he goes and does it once a week. I don't know. But he is a really cool dude. So let me give him another comment and be like, talking about y'all while I'm live. I can't believe he's still alive. That is marathon type stuff. Good for him. Feel bad for whatever device he's on, phone, tablet, computer, whatever. Again, good times. Anyway, no, I want to leave. Okay. Anyway, I went on there. It was a 10-minute shill, so I went a little bit over my history, a little bit over the fact that the daCAT IP is mine, and this is what I'm doing with it. And it's not just we're making a bunch of these comics and we're going to try to sell it to local comic book stores. I actually have no plans to try to get this into local comic book stores. Again, the person that tried to buy it from me or tried to take a certain amount tried to offer their services for like a half, like 50% stake in it. It was like, yeah, we'll get you in local comic book stores. That industry has been dying for quite a while. I don't want to try to go in and like get into an industry that's already dying. It's not something that I think is really going to be worth a lot of time. Even if I manage to make a little bit of money with it, it's going to be a lot of work for this much money. And again, what I'm doing now is a lot of work for really not a lot of money, but at least it's digital and that's not going away anytime soon. So I went over that. I went over and I pitched to him the entire idea of what we're doing. And then I had said, like, somebody asked a question. I think it was a guy named Goose. I could show you and he was really cool. Let me give you so again, this is all for daCAT. One of the new guys that followed me, I have been getting so many follows. All right, so it's a guy named Goose Speaks, and he's just like, and again, 7,000 followers himself. Is like, hey, I really like what you're doing. I really want to go in, and so I might shoot him a message at some point and be like, hey, did you want to come in? Did you want to come into the Birds Media? Did you want to come into daCAT? He seemed really cool, and then I realized I didn't really talk about. And again, I talked all about VeVe, but I didn't really talk about the valuations of the companies or anything. And I said, be advised, like this is my baby. Like I built multiple successful companies in the past, made a lot of money with them, and in tandem also made money with Pokemon cards, made money with Tesla. Like I know a good thing if I see it, and I am pretty selfish. I would not be working this hard if it was something that I thought only had a small chance of success. I told him I had a big chance. I told him that I stream every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on X and on YouTube. And I told him about that, like a month ago, the channel had about a $250,000 valuation before the institution Definity Markets went over and invested in me at a much higher valuation. So I think a lot of them were really impressed by that. And again, it all comes back to daCAT, which will all come back to VeVe. So again, that's the way that it's going. So that's daCAT. Let's take a look at. I just mentioned Definity. Let's take a look at Definity. At the DEFX token, they are up 4% on the day to about 3 cents. Get them with 1,400 in volume. So at least almost 3x more than daCAT. It is only a $5.2 million market cap, fully diluted, 4.6 million in general. I was just on the phone with Tammy Hanna. You guys know her. And she had mentioned that I guess a lot of dealers, because she's a poker dealer, a lot of dealers near her that like they kind of ask her about certain things about because they know she's invested in crypto. And she says that the Definity, the DEVVE, the OMI, the Trinity, the three points. And she talks about that. And she likes to be very conservative, or she's like, yeah, Definity could do like a 30x. That's like, Tammy, like if it only does it, I mean, it'll definitely do that. But like if it does any less than 100x, I'm just, oh God, I don't know. I would feel very, I would hold myself in a very low self-esteem at that point, just because of they're doing so much money. They have so much stuff that they're doing. And outside of that, you have, if anyone watches Crypto Rain, on Wednesdays, he has a show with a guy named Paul. Paul is from Definity. He works there as well. and he's worked with Manu for like 20 something years. And I don't know about y'all. There's one guy I work for that I still love. And he's like one of my best friends. I don't know about y'all, but usually people don't follow their bosses elsewhere. Even if they do, it's usually not for 20 years. But this is what Paul has done with Manu. And I know Manu looks about my age. Granted, I look a bit older. He looks quite a bit younger. But he's been in banking for 20 plus years. So again, this going in with Paul, you don't follow someone for 20 plus years unless they're either a really good and moral person or unless you know they can make you money. I think Manu from Definity happens to have both of that. And whenever he does go in and get a giant offer for this company, and maybe he works with as CEO for another few years after that, or he just stays here, I'll be following Manu. Again, we own each, I own part of his company, he owns part of the channel. We'll be with each other for a long time. Anywho, let's move on to DEVVE, another guy, Tom Anderson, who's a buddy of mine, been on the channel a couple times. It's not up or down anything. It's 0% on the day, but it is at 48 cents. And this is with $381,000 in volume. They're both doing amazing things. And this one, again, if it doesn't do a 30x, I'm just, oh God, I don't know what I'd do. If it doesn't get to at least $15 from here, like I said, I'll hang up the YouTube channel. I'll do whatever. Omar, what's going on? Saying good evening. Omar saying, did y'all get New York Comic-Con pre-sale tickets earlier today? I forgot, so I did not. That being said, oh my God, sorry, water is so good. That is the best beverage in the entire world, and it's Essentia. Thought it was really nice. Anyway, no, I did not. Every time I get Comic-Con pre-sale stuff, it reminds me of 2016 in Kuwait, where it's like the Hunger Games every single year for New York Comic-Con. Y'all want to talk about bots? Bots everywhere. People get spending, I don't know how much on bots in order to get these Comic-Con tickets, mostly for Friday and Saturday. Eventually Thursday might sell out, and Sunday nobody likes, even though it's really cool. It's a lot. Sunday's more of a kids' day, and I'm not really about the kids, so I like the adults and having adult conversations. Is Comic-Con. I feel like it started off for kids. Anyway, and I like in Kuwait having to go to the passenger terminal, like in the middle of my sleep cycle, and trying to go in and get these tickets, and I still didn't get them. I think my friend Lindsay or my friend Erica had gotten them before, or had gotten them, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to bed for 2 hours. Wound up not getting any sleep that night. I definitely should not have been driving vehicles that day because, again, lack of sleep. But after that, after that shift, oh God, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That messed up my workouts for a couple of days. That was, I slept for like 12 hours after that, which is like, well, Chavez, don't you normal? Well, it wasn't 12 hours because you work like 13 hours a day. Because you have to get in like 15 minutes before your shift, and you're supposed to stay for 15 minutes after your shift. But God knows you don't do that. God knows that never fucking happens. You usually wind up staying like a half hour after your shift because you're in the middle of the mission, you're doing whatever. But I'll say I slept almost as long as I possibly could. It was wild. Anyway, no, I did not get that today. I had a bunch of meetings. Did you get it, Omar? Did you get it? Did you get it? Let me know. Kuma saying, what up, fam? Happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. Meow, 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 meow. Kuma says, he got you, Bill. He got you. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, God, hiccups. Abe says, tell me why everyone came back from Lisbon all hyped. What the fudge did they all say? I don't know. I wasn't there. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that happened as well with the Mr. MC1 10 hours ago said New York Comic Con 2025. The IP ticket pre-sale, $800 hairs. Oh my God. VeVe NFT Comics says, got it. It was like an old school VeVe drop. That is hysterical. Yeah, this is like my home for like a long time. Anyway, what I'm going to ask y'all to do now that I got my phone out here is, I have to go to the live first. Okay. Is if y'all could go in And smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free is our Patreon, especially super thanks button down below, super chats as well. You know what it is. Okay. Yeah, dude, everyone came back. Is that a pun? Because you're a firefighter? Is that a pun? Happy accident. Yeah, it was. And again, I haven't really seen much of the fudders out there. Most of the negative people have just been negative towards me. It's just been the haters, but and you do see like, but there's a difference between the people that just hate and fudd Comey just because that's how they attempt to stay relevant, versus the people that are genuinely upset and can't express it any other way. Like they can't do constructive criticism. That's just what they do. And again, even like the fudders, even the people that try to fud stay relevant, they kind of don't really have much material left. It's like, okay, Omi's still down. Okay, so is most other tokens. But that's pretty much about it. Again, I haven't seen much recently. Granted, I've blocked hundreds of them. It's wild when a VeVe FUD space has like more people than like other people's like normal spaces. Wild stuff. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they said because again, wasn't there. Unfortunately, because of the back and possible surgery and stuff like that, I will not be at San Diego Comic-Con either, but I will definitely be at New York Comic-Con. Might be in a wheelchair. It might be on crutches. I don't know yet, but I will keep you posted. Although, I don't know. I don't know how many times Tammy fell last year when her ankle was busted. And she had this little like scooter and she was scooting around and she's falling everywhere. I don't know if I could, yeah. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not about that life. I'm not about falling and hurting myself again. But again, I'll be there. Come heck or high water. Anyway, we did the DEVVE. Is there anything to say from DEVVE? I don't think I have any screenshots from the Telegram to read. I do not. Okay, and then yeah, let's take a look at OMI. We are at 000222. Oh, I'm sorry. It was 000 almost 2229. Now it's 002217. So you had that little blip up at the end and a little blip back down. And we are at 1.67 million volume on the day. So not a ton. It is kind of a holiday though. And it is over 500,000 was on Deepcoin. That's about a third. And the other tokens, the volume was mostly on MEXC and Gate.io. I'm surprised OKX had like no volume today. That had like $16,000 in volume. Really curious about that. That is OKX down? Because again, OMI usually does something on there, but again, less than 1% of the volume was on OKX. I thought that was really interesting. I wonder what the price action is. No, it's all 222 except for Ascendex, which is 2149. Our OKX is 221, but it's all at 22 something. All right. Anyway, let's go to. Oh, what's up, Mosveins, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, fam. Hope everyone's father is doing well. Let's go to a couple of bits of news, shall we? It is Sunday, so we have to go to yesterday. I forget where I had gone off. I guess we'll start over with the Adam ETH over on VeVe Collectibles says, do I just keep collecting a key every 4 hours until the 1 of 1 is unlocked? Pretty much, if you have Disney Pinnacle, and it might be time now, I don't know. But every 4 hours you can collect a Genesis key or some type of key. All you have to do on the app says, hey, Chavez, it says hi. You go to the shop, and then like on the first thing, all you have to do is scroll until you see the heck is the key. There it is. The Genesis key, and then you click claim now. Claiming. And then it'll say Genesis key acquired. I don't know how many I have in my collections. Keys. Yeah, it'll say like I have 6 Pinnacle keys. And once 100,000 keys are claimed, then someone will get Simba and Rafiki. It's him doing like the Simba, like people do to their cats. But again, there's only been 17,500 keys that have been collected. So there's not a ton. This might take like a week or two, like 10 to 14 days in order for people to go in and get that. So it is, yeah. If you had 1,000 keys, you would have a 1% chance of getting it. 100 keys, you'd have a 0.1% chance. And at 10 keys, you'd have a 0.01% chance of getting it. So again, it's very, very unlikely that I mean, someone's going to get it, but the odds that you're going to have it, it's usually pretty rare. However, things are rare until they happen to you. So, we'll see what that's going to go for. I don't know. Shiro Nico yesterday had gone and said, "Thanks, Wallet, for your love, cats. Check Shiro out on OKX and don't miss Cat Season 2025, where Shiro is destined to become the top cat." OKX Wallet says, "Big things happening in June on Wallet. These updates we rolled out make spotting your next gem easier than ever." And then we have Change Now. Change Now has 170,000 followers over on X. And they said Shiro has pounced onto Change Now. Fast, fierce, fueled by an unstoppable community, this cat's making waves in the crypto world. Join the Shiro squad. Let's make it perfect. And I'm not 100% sure what Change Now is and how we join, but maybe we should get daCAT on there as well. Did I go? Oh, yeah. So yesterday, the drop yesterday made like $8,000. Really wasn't a lot. And that's why I celebrate when Maserati made more than 3 times that in an hour, obviously making 4 times that as of right now. So anytime a drop does 30K plus, we'll be like, all right, get that bread, pays the bills for another little while. Went over that. The remaining supply of Marvels and Star Wars Mandalorian comic that was burned yesterday. So let me take a look, see. I'll go to the most recent latest drops. And then I'll take a look at how many were actually purchased in the meantime, and then how many were left, or how many were burned, I should say. And if it would, okay, there we go. That would have been Iron Man, Avengers. Okay, there we go. On 16 May. And I'm not gonna lie, the app's going a little slow for me today. Anyone else? They had burned. Oh, it doesn't say what they burned. Mother fudgers. Okay, well, I see how many are left. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 2,500 of these. So there were 7,500. 2,500 of these. So like a third of them is actually burned, because there's no way you're able to buy. Can you buy? Hold up. Is set to burn. Yeah, no, there's no way this, okay. It seems as if it'll still let you buy. I'm not going to do it and then have them, what do you call it? I'm not going to do it and then have them like try to refund me or anything. But it should be, if you go in and try to buy, they might subtract the, oh shoot. They might subtract the gems, but it definitely shouldn't go through. They definitely should be burned. Kaki Gaijin going to, oh yeah, Maserati. Kaki Gaijin saying grab 2 off the secondary, because if you get 2 off the secondary, it's still like 30% off of buying 1 at the store. So good for you on that. Jimbo Lingo, what did you? Master Jimbo Lingo got the special. My man got, and he deserves it. He's the best. He's the greatest. He's awesome. We love him. We love him. How many people are proud? Sorry, I love Eminem. The Ryman. Okay. No one's gonna care. But I found a deer yesterday in my yard. I thought that was cool. So guys, does anyone know how to bridge Solana USDC to Ethereum USDC? because I got nothing. I have no idea. Like, I have no idea with all these so many USDCs. Like, this is horrible. Horrible. I hate it. Anywho, one and only. Oh yeah, so like 2 days ago, it was either Schrodinger's coin or Cypher AI that was like #1 on Memezilla, which was wild because daCAT normally has that, and that hits at it for like a year. It's been #1. It was dethroned for a day, and now daCAT's back to winning. But again, daCAT was dethroned for a day, but we had it for like a year. It was wild. Oh, I don't know if people will care about this, but I'll bring it up in maybe a video. We'll see. How the I can't go over that either. Stan Lee fine art drop coming very soon. So when they have the multiverse clothing company put all 4 pictures of VeVe related stuff on there saying Stan Lee fine art drop coming very soon for VeVe. When, I don't know. Shout out to Timo23233 for reaching level 100. That is actually insane. That is so hard to do. Shout out to them. An $11 trillion asset manager BlackRock says financial advisors managing $100 trillion are coming to Bitcoin soon. Supply shock incoming. Now, I think that is going to depend whether if they are buying Bitcoin or paper Bitcoin. If it's paper Bitcoin, then it'll still trade sideways, even down. If it is actual Bitcoin, then yeah, it's going to go insane. And I'm very curious on what's going to be the catalyst to get retail in, because they're not in yet. If you look at Google Trends and you search the interest in Bitcoin, like how many people are Googling it, they're Googling Bitcoin. The interest in Bitcoin is the same now as it was when it was $16,000. That is nuts. So again, it's going to come. It hasn't come yet, but it'll come. Oh yeah, more water. Oh, it tastes so good. Okay. All right. Moving on. Shopify just introduced crypto payments, and it is, you have credit card, you have Shop, pay or full or in installments, and you have crypto, USDC. Let's go. Let's get that bread. I love this game. It's great that Coinbase had partnered with Shopify. One of the companies that I had a meeting with 2 days ago, they partnered with Shopify, and then Shopify just going in and obviously VeVe partnering with them as well, and having crypto on there is pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. Ronnie Lighto, Lucato, says, yo, 2014. How is that 2014? Is that when you were going to Comic-Con? Hi there, Hey says, hey, Randy, what's the difference between OMI getting on Coinbase as compared to if we were getting listed? How the two differ, benefits, etc.? Well, we'll go over the negatives first. If OMI were to get a listing on Coinbase, it's like dude, back in the day, it would guarantee you like a 3x or a 5x or like a 10 or like 20x, depending on how you were, because there were so few coins out there and there were so few of them actually getting listed on there. Nowadays, though, it's kind of hard. Sometimes you get a little bit of a bump. Does it sustain? Sure, it can. You never really get like the big ones like you used to. But either way, it was basically marketing. They would send out an email that someone whatever, hey, get your OMI now listed on Coinbase. It would be like a thing. It would be like fighters having like a 24/7 before the day of their fight. And now it's like it's still good. It's just not as good as it was. But either way, so that would have been the main thing. A little bit of marketing from Coinbase, and that would have just got more eyes on the token. Obviously, when you're listed with mostly a bunch of shit, that's mostly meme coins that are not good. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, when did you come in? Did you actually get a listing, or did you come in with the rest of this crap? And when you come in with the rest of that crap, it's like, that being said, when Coinbase goes to market this, it should be them. They should market VeVe because OMI has probably the most utility out of anything they're going to list in this mass listing. And on top of that, again, it's a ton of utility. It's
They're partnered with some of the biggest names out there in the world, kind of like a link or a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. Another positive of having this mass listing is that VeVe doesn't have to pay for a listing. It's just going to happen. Is it going to be soon? Probably not. It's probably months away. But it is Coinbase, so I don't think they would have announced this if we wouldn't have gotten it until like next year. It'll probably be before the end of the year. But that's some of the differences between that. If Zombie says, "Yo, what up, Zombie? Meow, meow, meow." John Burr saying, "Did I buy the bottom of OMI with my first purchase at?" The bottom was at like 00018, but 000212 is still pretty okay. It's 215 right now, but yeah, I mean, expect it to go to. Sorry. Or it's you got a 212. It's 2216 now. But over the last 7 days, well, the month it's been at 20. It's actually been below that at like 00019 ish. Past 7 days, it's been at 20. Obviously, the past year, it's no, really, it was like a month ago, or like 2 months ago. It was at a good 00018 ish. And now that it's kind of up here, yeah, it's not bad. We're actually up 10% on the month, and up 2.5% over the last 7 days, and up 1.5% on the day. So yeah, I'll take that. Was that the bottom? Again, the bottom was 1.8 something. It kind of goes between 2.1 and 2.3. That is on the lower end, so you did get a good price. Even in general, I think you got a good price. And again, I'm gonna try to get a bit more OMI soon. Omar saying, Randy, you can go for press at New York Comic Con since your channel's. I actually got the press pass. I got the press pass like 2 years ago, but I didn't use it. I think I have the email. If I just type in press pass on Facebook, because I'm sure I posted it. Post, and I'll make the post from me. And I'm sure it was a picture. I could have sworn I did. Maybe it was on Snapchat. Hold on. And was it in May? Was it in a flashback? May recap? Nope. Was it over the last? No, I don't know where it was. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Was it of May of? Oh shoot, is this it? Yeah. Been awarded a press pass for New York Comic Con. I'm considered press now. Freaking wild. And this was in. It was in May of 2023. It says you've been approved for a press pass for New York Comic Con 2023. No further action is required. You will receive a barcode. You will receive. Do I have like rhoticism or something? You will receive a barcode confirmation shortly. We look forward to seeing you at New York Comic Con 2023. If you have any questions, please contact nyccpress@redexpo.com. Thank you, New York Comic Con press team. New York Comic Con, October 12th, 15th, 2023, New York, New York. They give a bunch of links. So I actually got one even a few years ago. But a lot of times, like honestly, when I go there, the con is cool. And I like to go for a couple hours on a certain day. But now it's like I go for the parties. I go for the people. And Comic-Con is great. And I go to the booth. I'll redeem my gold and silver logo thing. I'll go for a day. But yeah, it's what do you call it? It is to go for press pass, and then you have to go like all the time. It's a lot. And I don't feel like working. I work sun up to sundown. My breaks is doing a perimeter check with the dog and eating. When I eat, I watch maybe 6 minutes of a show, and then I go back to working. So yeah, when I go on vacation, I want to go on vacation. I just don't want. And again, it's like, bro, you're here with like some of the biggest names in the world.
you should go and do it. And you're right, I should, but I don't. It's just the way and maybe I should take an actual vacation, but instead of just writing in here, I'll be writing on a beach, or I'll be and I get like I don't know. I haven't drank and wrote in a while. I've been good. I haven't drank in a while. Anyway, I says Randy blocks all the fudders, then says all the FUD is gone. Fair point. Fair point. Well, I mean, I don't block. Well, I should say this: I block liars, and I block. Well, mostly just liars. If you just have like a certain FUD, like it's like, and again, FUD used to never mean like bad. It used to just mean like people that weren't yet convinced that a company or companies were good, or they just hadn't seen what you saw yet. Or they're just someone very concerned, like, listen, I have fear about X. I have uncertainties about what they're doing, or I doubt that they'll do this because of based on certain performance. So again, I don't, if you're just FUDding, I don't block you. I block you if you lie, which do all FUDders lie? No, but are all liars FUDders? Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, some like lying just isn't helpful for anything. And again, I don't like the spread of false or misinformation, so I block that. And all of the liars happen to be FUDders. But if you're just FUDding, it's just like, hey, listen, I don't. This sounds great. It sounds like a great idea what VeVe's selling. I just don't see it. I just don't have a belief that they have the best interests at heart. Okay, cool. Like we just disagree, and that's fine. And I won't block anyone for that. It's really just if they lie. So I misspoke before. Good catch. And thank you for being a member. Do Flamingos, not gonna lie, 30K is pretty low. Considering yesterday's drop grossed like 8,000, this is fine. And the last Lambo drop was less than this. Now, granted, there's been like 4 Lambo drops, but yeah, Maserati did better than Lambo did a few months ago. They did better than the drop they had yesterday. The most of the drops lately have not been good. So this, I was happy with it. I don't care really what a drop is. 30K, I'll take that. I will take that. Oh, my back. Red Robinson says, Randy, even if the narrative doesn't hit before Xmas of this year, 2025, do you think OMI will go back over 0.001? If the narrative doesn't hit, probably not. I mean, there's no reason for it to go up unless people are interested in NFTs, unless they're interested in what VeVe's doing. Now, it's possible that as alt season comes in, you have a couple of people that maybe aren't really crazy into NFTs because they don't know it, but they see the potential. And they just see, okay, VeVe, like, I don't really know what this company is. I don't get the NFTs. Like, I was talking to someone before, tell them I was doing an OTC deal for someone. And it's like, what's that? I was like, well, it's when, you have somebody that has something, they don't want to sell it on the open market, so they sell it over the counter to somebody else. And I broker that. And I was like for what? I was like, oh, it's for crypto. I was like, oh, so it's not real money. It's like, yeah, not real money. What I do is all fake. But if you're like an older guy or if an older business person, and even if you don't really understand NFTs, like, I don't get it, but they're making a product and they're selling it and they're making money and there's demand for it. And, a lot of people, you're making a whole career out of it. You're making a whole business out of it. They'll throw money at it just because they have a lot of money and they don't want to put it into something that's like has no use case, or they don't want to put it into something that's not making money. So yeah, this, and again, like there was some AI company that a buddy of mine was telling me about like months ago, and I did a deep dive into it, and I wrote him like a dissertation on what it was, on what they were doing, and why I would still not put like any money into it. It was some AI company where they had people's servers like in AI. Like AI was like hosting servers. In some way AI was incorporated. I was like, listen, I don't know anyone that's like pumped to have like an AI server host thing. Like I have no idea of anyone that's going to be searching for this or that's going to willingly do this. A lot of people are creatures of habit, and that company, I don't know if it's still around, but it is not doing good. Anywho, so yeah, you'll have people that will go in and will buy into the token. Is it going to be enough to almost 5x it? Probably not. If it's just those people coming in, because you're going to have people that maybe they don't want to sell at an 80% loss, but they'll sell at a 40% loss. Let's say they got in at 0.005, and it's like a 90 something percent loss. At 0.005, it's a 90% loss. At 0.001, it's still a big loss, but it's a loss that maybe they could live with. So I feel like just getting to that, if the narrative doesn't hit, it's just going to be hard, I think, to hit that. With the narrative hitting, yeah, it's gonna go nuts. But again, there's a lot of people that, ride it to zero, ride it to the moon, and I don't know when they. I mean, Okomi's been doing a good job at marketing, or I should say this: Okomi has been doing a much better job at posting on socials and really talking up and hyping the token. They have there's a line in a show called Ruby. It's in like season 1, season 2, where Headmaster, not Charleston, Ozpin, Headmaster Ozpin is talking to a guy named James Ironwood and says, "You brought an army to my school, James. Use it." It's like, okay, Okomi, you have 160,000 followers. Use it, like use that account. And thankfully they have been the last month. So it was a real pain to see Okomi make like one post a month. And it's like, bro, like this is why people think that you've abandoned the token. Even the main account's posting once a month. They've posted like every day now. Like since before Lisbon, they've done a absolute 180 on the marketing. And that's been terrific. Are they going to keep it up? Probably. And again, you have, is it 1 week from Tuesday? So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, count them, 9. David will be on this very show. Well, he'll be on this screen, but it will be it'll be on the OMI is my homie show. So it's not just, hey, he's coming on the Real Randy Chavez show where he's going to ask him, be like, what is love? What is the purpose of life? Do you feel as a leader? Like it's not going to be any, like I might ask some of those questions, but it's not going to be a Real Randy Chavez show where I just ask about him personally and I have a couple things about VeVe and maybe one thing about OMI. It's on the OMI is my homie show. It's a straight up show specifically based on OMI. So even if I don't ask him about OMI at all, which I might have a question there, you have Dr. Astaf and Crypto Rain both have a lot of, Crypto Rain has more OMI than I do. You have them that are straight up going to ask OMI questions, like 100%. You're going to get multiple questions for that. So yeah, he wouldn't be coming on the OMI is my homie show unless he was prepared to talk about OMI. This will be the most that David has talked about OMI in the last 4 years combined. I repeat, this will be the most that David Yu has talked about OMI in the last 4 years combined. I know. I've interviewed him. So get hyped for that. Get hyped for that. Anywho, where was I? Let's go to some of the rest of my news here. Oh yeah. Oh god, that's so good. Anime is so good. Oh, I love Sailor Moon and Sailor Mars especially. She's so great. Oh, my friend, I have to send this to her later. Oh my gosh. Okay, what? Okay, so this happened. I was sparring with a friend 5 years ago, and we went at each other pretty hard. It was pretty hard. Anyway, okay, this is for another time. Vietnam's National Assembly has now approved the law to legalize crypto. Shout out to them. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin because, of course, he does. A whale has just opened a $200 million Bitcoin long with 20x leverage. His position is currently sitting on $1 million in unrealized gains, and the liquidation price is at 97,000. Does he know something? I don't know. Ugh, my body. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin's been at 105 for like a while now. It was at 106 on, well, actually, it was at like 105.4 on June 9th. Went straight up to like 110, 111. That 106 on the 12th, went way down to like 10. I feel like it was definitely like 102 something. 103, and then it's touched 106, came back down to 104, went up to 106, 105. So it's been trading sideways, I think, for a while. Even over the last month. On May 17th, it was at 103.4. We're at 105.4. So really not that. Again, the month has been, see, 3 months. Okay, 3 months. Yeah, we were way down. April 7th, we were down like 74K. So obviously a big change since then. But again, might be more sideways action for a while. Maybe by July we go crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Where was that in the, okay. You can swap Sol USDC to ETH USDC right in your Phantom wallet. Oh, good. I don't have a Phantom wallet. Maybe I feel like I probably do. Do I have oh, I do have a Phantom wallet. Hot dog. Do I have anything on here? Forgot I had a Phantom. If I do have a old wallet, give me 1 second here. If I do, I guess I created one in the past. And if I had another one, I don't remember the password. So yeah, it's not there. Can I create a new wallet? Just do this. I don't need to. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Continue. Okay. Do that. Oh my God. Okay. Done. Yeah. Oh, it is creating a wallet. Cool beans. And if you're saying I can do that right in my Phantom, yep. Oh my gosh, I don't care. Okay. Okay, this is taking forever, so I will go in and say, hit the swap button. Okay, I will. Yes, get started. Okay, no, not now. Okay, receive. Solana. Okay. To receive tokens and collectibles on Solana. Okay, hang on. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna go to this over here, and I have USDC over here. We're gonna send that. We're gonna send the max. Next. And we're going to paste that. And we're going to confirm. Yep, looks good. And confirm. Sent. Okay. All right. We are sending. Okay, we are sending. And then I'm going to hopefully see that in my Phantom wallet soon. I will let you know when I get that. Turtle says, when Muppets in VeVe, animated animal with the great. Yeah, he would look dope. I would take that. I think he'd be cool. Hey, I got it. Okay, hold on. Let me take my yep. And how do I, what did you say I do? Just swap? Okay. Is it USDC on swap? Okay, that. Wait, okay, for USDC on, I have USDC on ETH, right? Yep, USDC on ETH. Okay, it's not letting me do it. Oh, is it? Oh, hold on. Wait a tick. Is this? USDC can. All right, it says USDC, but it doesn't say what network. Oh no, it still says on the Solana network. Hold on, let me try to swap again. Okay, I think, yeah, USDC on Ethereum. Okay. Native token to pay for. That's fine. I'll send myself 100. Done. Oh my God, it's $10 in fees. What the fudge? Bro, why is it $10 in fees? Yo, why is that so gay? Oh my God. All right. Heck it. Oh, and I need to send Soul to there. Motherfucker. This is so fucking stupid. All right. I guess this is what we're doing. We are going home and I am going to receive. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can. Maybe I can swap a little bit of the Solana just for normal Solana. I could swap like $5 worth. Is that gonna? Okay, done. Swap now. Oh, so I need Solana in order. Motherfucker. Okay, all right. Hold on. Because it's trapped in here now. So I'm going to receive Solana. This is so fucking stupid. Okay. Do I have any Solana on here? I have $20. Okay, hold on. We are going to send. If $5 is not enough, I'm going to shoot somebody. Okay. We're going to send some Solana. Confirm. To myself. Okay, done. And then, because I'm going to have to send myself ETH as well, so let me go back to my Phantom wallet. I'm going to receive ETH. And I am going to take some Ethereum. And I know Ethereum can be horrible at fees, so I'm going to send. Fuck it. I'm going to send $5 of Ethereum, and maybe that's enough. If I have to send more, again, I'm going to be so fucking salty. Yep, looks good. Okay, only 3 cents. All right, awesome. 3 cents in fees. Ben in Korea says, if you were to commission a VeVeverse build, would you build a Randy world? Probably daCAT world. It'd probably be daCAT world first. Because, I mean, again, the YouTube channel is one thing. And that's already at a pretty nice valuation. Definitely want to make daCAT, have the. Okay, so the ETH. Okay, very good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my USDC in Solana, and I'm going to swap it for Ethereum USDC, and it's going to be $100. And for whatever, so I don't have any native token on ETH to pay. Actually, I do. It might just not have sent it yet. Okay, all right. So that works. And if I go home, no, not now. I don't want to rate you. If I go home, I have a little bit of ETH, and I should be having USDC on ETH. I do. Okay. So now that it's on ETH, I will take my USDC. I don't even know if I have any over here. Okay. We're learning today. Receive. Copy. Going to my USDC on Phantom. Sending. Can I put max? Yes, max. Send it all. Sending. This is not an address you've interacted with. Yes, yes, it is 100% mine, I swear. Okay. This has been not the worst experience ever, but it's just sucked so far. Okay. Mazvain said, speaking of Xmas, last I looked, there are a lot of inexpensive VeVe Xmas trees on the market. Great first buy for new explorers in the space. I think it is too. I think it is too. All right. I received. All right. So that cost me $12 to receive 100. I repeat, it cost me $12 to receive 100. What have we learned? That Solana is horrible, and I will never take payments in Solana USDC again. It's $100. That was not worth it. Anywho, let's go on to the rest of the news, shall we? Let's shall. Getting out of there. Oh shoot, get out of there. Go back to my transforms. SEC clears Trump media filing, opening door to multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin buy. It was a bounty reminder I told you all about. BuyReal says it's official. BuyReal is here, incubated by Bybit official, born on Solana. BuyReal is a new on-chain liquidity network for the next wave of assets where real value is listed, discovered, and traded transparently. So we have Ben Zhao. Ben Zhao is the co-founder and CEO of Bybit, was 274,000 followers over on X. And he said, announcing BuyReal, our first on-chain DEX incubated by Bybit, will be live by the end of the month. Starting from scratch and now born on Solana. What's special? 1, centralized SEX plus the DEX synergy. BuyReal isn't just another DEX. It's combining SEX-grade liquidity with DeFi native transparency. This is what real hybrid finance looks like. Future SEX plus DEX project launching coming soon. 2, unified liquidity speed, designed with RFQ plus CLMM routing. No idea what that is. BuyReal gives users low slippage, MEVBot protected swaps at serious speed. Proud of the team, built up by a small team with big conviction. Real assets, real traders, real value. Let's build and stay tuned for BuyReal.io. Be advised, whenever you read something and it says, from scratch. Bybit will be live starting from scratch. Now born in Solana. What's special? When you see something that says BuyReal isn't just another DEX, it's combined. Like that's often written by AI. When it says like it's not just this, it's this plus this plus this. That's often written by AI. That's often written by ChatGPT. I don't know why everybody does that. So that's what they do. Anyway, Foster Hilt requotes that and saying, major exchanges are recognizing the benefits of utilizing hybrid models for crypto trading that improve liquidity, speed, security, and cost for acquiring cryptocurrencies. Tokens will no longer have barriers to be acquired by the communities that support them. This is the way. I agree. Oh, it is the way. Oh, my body. BlackRock COO has said that Bitcoin and crypto will replace traditional crypto markets. I repeat, BlackRock COO has said that Bitcoin and crypto will replace traditional capital markets. Capital. I guess Disney Pinnacle had a blank screen as well. You have Stephen Duarte saying, well, I guess VeVe Official isn't the only app that has issues. Disney Pinnacle has the death screen as well. They are much newer. Shout out to VeVe Zombie for getting up to level 86. Little Dickens over there. Good for him. That was VeVe stuff. Roger that. My collectible says Maserati Alfieri Silver has raced its way into my collection. How did you do today? Did you add the iconic concept car to your collection? Who landed the special edition? Shout out to my collectibles for using his own money to go in and buy that stuff. Comey had gone on and said, with OMI on base, users can utilize the ecosystem for only a fraction of the gas fees paid on ERC layer 1. With current gas costing 100x more on Ethereum layer 1 than base layer 2, paying less gas saves you money and means more crypto in your wallet. The level 100 achievement I mentioned before, VeVe picked up on, saying, please join us in another incredible celebration of our newest level 100, Timo23233. Thank you for your passion and enthusiasm for collecting. The VeVe team wishes you the very best and shares this monumental achievement with you and the entire community today. David Yu, from our entire team at VeVe, congratulations. It's going to be mostly it for today. I'll go, let's do what is big on crypto Twitter right now. It's mostly going to be Mario and awful stuff, but let's see just in case. Diamonds, lemonade. Okay, good. Quack Life says, feature founder Friday. This week, we're welcoming the one and only Dragon Punks NFT, 7,000 followers on X. Have you heard? They're developing Draco, a stablecoin on the Abstract network. Tune in as we dive into their origin story, community vision, and what makes them stand out in the world of Web3. I don't know if I would. They're trying to make a stablecoin. I might listen to that. I'll give that a like. Cryptlo says, I hope everybody had an awesome Father's Day, whether it was a big dinner, a little backyard barbecue, or just a walk in the park. Those moments with your kids and fam, they're the ones you'll hold on to forever. Time moves fast, kids grow, parents age. So make the most of the time you got, laugh more, hug tighter, and never take the quiet days for granted. Those are the real blessings right there. They are. Also, my back is killing me. I have to do a couple of pull-ups. Oh my gosh. My hip. Okay. Feels a little bit better. Okay. A little better. A little better. I hurt my back. It's not a lot. I hurt my hip. A little bit of both. And my knee. Okay, let's keep going. And give that a like. Marin also says, Trump saying ICE will make the U.S. American again. Our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. Every day, the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, even threats from radical Democrat politicians. I would say they receive threats from radical left. I guess Democrat politicians as well, I guess. But nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. I feel like what he probably should have said here, just my opinion. Let me take a sip of water from this. I feel like what he probably should have said is the biggest deportation of criminals, and obviously not every, well, if you are legal, technically you're a criminal. Biggest deportation of violent criminals, because I feel like that's probably mostly what you have your people that came over legally with the visa, and then they just kind of let that visa lapse, and they're still here, and they're not doing any harm, members of their community. But then you have the actual violent illegal criminals, and I feel like that's the one that everybody agrees should get the F out. And the fact that he didn't make that distinction is probably going to get eaten up for that. Homeless people join LA's war on ICE. Forget rent or food. Unhoused people in LA say immigration crackdowns are one of their biggest problems. They're now protesting ICE, claiming raids are shaking up shelters and chasing people out of even the smallest safe spaces. That's rough. Yeah, it's rough. What else we got here? Wannabe hero shoots the wrong guy at a Utah protest. Protest in Salt Lake City turned deadly when a man in a neon vest shot the wrong person. 39-year-old Arthur Farasa Alu was simply standing nearby when a self-declared peacekeeper opened fire on a man brandishing an AR-15. One bullet hit the suspect, another struck Alu fatally. Now the peacekeeper is in custody. The man with the AR-15, he's been charged with murder. Bruh. Guys, I'm all for protesting. That's cool. But bro, this ain't the way. I feel like I shouldn't even have to say that. Change my mind. We have Diesel or Crypto Diesel saying my favorite project right now has to be Heinecoin. Bogdan Pintala. Oh, okay. Bogdan Pintala. I have no idea what that is. And Doc Stroll is 4. Heinecoin saying Heine is showing me great signs. Natural community, driven growth, Web3 team working on the back end. Chart is strong. Count me in. Yeah, I've been in the spaces with a couple of people from Heinecoin. They'll actually be on the. Oh my gosh, I can't type today. They'll actually be on the show like a week from tomorrow. They have a $949,000 market cap, only 76,000 liquidity though. 38,000 in Heine, 38,000 in Sol. So at least it's evenly split. But yeah, really, you can't go in and try to pick up 5%, take 50,000. Like there's not enough there. It's only 18 days old, but it does have a pretty extraordinary community. Everyone that I see in spaces has like this particular B on it. So again, like it's like a sideways B. I guess it looks like a butt, and that's why they're doing it. It's called Heine, a community coin. I don't have any. I do have a. Ooh, sorry. I do have a meeting with them where I might try to get them into the comic, but I'm so busy with other stuff now. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it unless we delay like a month. We'll see. We got Colty's 100 Randy Chavez versus one gorilla who would win this fight. If it was any Randy Chavez from a year ago through 2006, Randy Chavez. Again, if it was any Randy Chavez, unless I was injured or sick or whatever, from like 2006 through 2024, after 2024, Randy Chavez all the way. But again, I'm like broken. The slightest wind could knock me over. But if it wasn't from this past year, any Randy Chavez since probably 05, 06, 100 of us could get that done, no problem. I wouldn't say no problem. A bunch of us would still die, but it would be a pretty guaranteed victory. I'd say the actual fighting shape was probably through like 2010 or through like through 2009. 2010, I was just working so much. I didn't have a lot of time to train. 2011 got a little easier. 2012 got a little easier. That was like pure boxing, not a lot of strength, but good punching power. And then in 2013, late 2012, I joined the military. Listen, Air Force basic training, that is not needed. I guess some of it, like it is for kids that like had no discipline. It is for kids that like needed to get their shit straight. I was straight up like already an adult. I was already supporting myself for years at that time. You get no sleep, and you do not work out. I mean, like you run, like you run, like you run. They run you. But that you do like some push-ups and sit-ups, but that's it. Like there's no like Air Force basic training sucks. I was probably in the worst shape of my life after Air Force basic training. One, because I was sick the entire time. Two, because again, I went from like doing incredibly hard workouts to I'm like running every other day, and like that's it. And you do some push-ups, and so I was in the worst shape of my life after Air Force basic training. Then in 2000, like when you get to tech school, it's like 2 or 3 days of just like, can I just go to the fucking gym, please? My body is. You eat really well. You eat as much as you want, and you do runs every morning. So like the runs every morning would get you in better shape than you would in basic training. So again, the runs every morning were good. They were fun. We do it fasted because it's before breakfast, and then we like march to the chow hall and we march to class, and I hated that. We march to the chow hall again. We march back to class, and then we at like 5:30. Okay, go to the gym, and we fucking got that bread. I'm telling you, like, I'll show you. All right, hang on. Where is? Oh, it's going to be on one profile pictures. In albums? It'll be in my albums. No, I don't want videos. I want profile pictures. It was in. This was maybe 2 months, or maybe even like 6 weeks into tech school. And like, am I like the biggest? No. You see, I only have one tattoo over there. Really not a lot of fat. And again, not a lot of fat, but a decent sized muscle. And then once you get like, again, that sustains, as long as you keep that up. I mostly sustained that through the rest of the military career, because when I got to like base, I got to base in Joint Base McGuire Dix Lakehurst. I don't know. Tech school was in February, March, April. Got to base in like late April, early May. I remember being there for Cinco de Mayo, bro. On Cinco de Mayo, people in the dorms went wild. There was a guy running up and down the halls, screaming, "I killed Sirius." No, there was a guy in a chicken costume running up and down the halls, screaming, "I killed Sirius Black." And then that same chicken was playing Pong. Like think so every day there was a party going on. But on Cinco de Mayo specifically, I remember it got insane. There was this, it was raining. There was a bunch of people like swimming in like this dirty ass water. There was a guy on the roof shooting people with paintball guns. It was, security forces got called. It was military parties hard. Anyway, how about three? If it's anything before this last year, no problem. But if it's anything from the last 12 months, one Cavell Anderson could take me. But if it's anything from the last 12 months, one Cavell Anderson could take 3 Randy Chavez's. But if it's before then, yeah, it could be 5 of him. It wouldn't matter. I believe in you. Thanks, fam. So then I get to base in like late April, early May. So I have May, June, July, August, September, and I'm just beefy. I am getting that bread every day. And then in like, so this is like 11 years ago. It's June of 2014. Just again, baby arm, because there's only one tattoo. You got holding the Pikachu. Yeah, and then that gets that way. I get leaner a little bit because I didn't fit in my dress uniform. I had a what was it? Excuse me. You had like your normal ABUs, your normal uniform of the day, but we had this thing called a dress uniform, where I was like 160 something pounds, maybe. I was probably like 150 in basic training. Not a lot of muscle, very, very like it was no muscle. It was lean, very lean. And that's where I got my dress blues. Here I'm like 170. So I had gained like 20 pounds and I didn't fit in them anymore. So I remember this guy is just like, hey, buy new dress uniforms or change your physique. I was like, well, I'm not about to spend this money. So I lost a bit of weight. I lost a bit of muscle, and I finally fit mostly in the dress uniforms. Oh, my friends. Oh, my days. Going down memory lane with these days we were rock stars. Good times. Anyway. I think that was it. Yeah. Happy Sunday, Mr. O'Malley. I was going to join your space this morning, but I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I fudged up. I was kind of awake, and I get a message from Nike the pig, and they told me like, yeah, like 2:30 UTC time. And when we had talked like the day prior, I was like, okay, 4 hours ahead, so 6:30 at night. But I was supposed to do 4 hours back from that. It's supposed to be 10:30 a.m. I was like, oh my god. So I had to get a. I was like, I'm barely out of bed. Like I have to go to bed or get out of bed. I have to like rush down here and come in and I make it by like a minute or 2 minutes. Like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, hey, you guys. And Nike Pig was cool. He's a cool dude. So we. Oh, this is Kuwait. This is 2016. This is that next year. This is my friend Lilith. Are there going to be any nudes in here? This is 2010. This was young Rips Chavez. Me and Lilith again. Then this is like my biggest 2019. I am a beefy. Hold on, let me go back to the 2019 version of me. Beefy, get him Chavez. Didn't have the Donkey Kong yet. This is just before. Oh no, I do have the Donkey Kong. This was 2015, maybe early 2016 Chavez. I had the Mario there. There's another 2016 of me. Oh, my friendos. Anywho, let me get out of there. So yeah, I had that. Let's continue on. Is it true that Bill Anderson wants to buy us? I doubt he does. If he wants to get like 1% of the channel, sure, just so he could say he owns 1%. He if anyone wants to buy 1%, shoot me a DM. You can get 1%. I will give that up to you. Be advised, it will be at a higher valuation than what Definity Markets bought in at, and be advised that was a quite a bit higher valuation than the $250,000 it was a month prior. So you get that cheddar, you get that bread. Anyway, let's continue on. We have Universal Soldier saying, check out Coffee Coin. Coffee Coin is up 15% on the day. A tasty rise in the crypto market. Coffee Coin for coffee millionaires. Good for them. Give that a like. Edge of Greatness. I don't know what Edge of Greatness is. Who are these people? Okay, I got it. Liddyverse says this right here keeps the motivation, keep building for all. We are not anywhere on the level of. Sure, we are not anywhere on the level of chimpers, but they have like 50 followers. Okay, we will continue to push forward and show up every single day. This isn't about individuals; it's about us as a community. Pulse Formon 800. Okay, I guess that's what some people are talking about. All right. Anyway, who dat? Closes. You underestimate yourself, my friend. The strength of a warrior is never gone. Only sleep. Oh, it's not. So if my back was fine, I'll fight anyone, and that's without having trained for like the last 8 months. But it's if my back was healthy. Where I'm saying like anyone could beat me right now, it's not because I'm out of shape, although I am. It's because like my back is like I can't move, I can't do like anything, and if I like turn this much the wrong way, you know, so that's it. Once the spine is like 100%, and how long is that going to take? I don't know. Again, this surgery I may or may not need. But no, if I was healthy, it wouldn't matter that I hadn't trained in a year. Like I didn't forget how to fight. Like that never goes away. Um, would I be quite tired after that? You know, minute and a half. For anyone that hasn't fought, 30 seconds of wailing on a bag would be tiring if you haven't done it. Not that I would need that to take on someone who hasn't fought. Even with a broken back, you could. Maybe, you know, who knows? Who knows? I'll let you guys know what the MRI says next week and what surgery I may or may not need. Sleeping. Space Penguin Girl says, Quack Life, love hearing you. Who is this? Dylan LeClaire just posted, is that 1 trillion yen? Oh, Metaplanet be going nuts in the open market. Metaplanet up 11%. They have a trillion dollar market cap. And let's go to, is the Bitcoin rising? No, Bitcoin's down, 0.5% today. But something's going down. Something's going down. Don't know what it is, but it's something. Jeopardy style. What is the market cap of Metaplanet in Japanese yen? Yes, it is. Oh, that's in yen. So it's obviously not. Oh, hang on. Get this. Yen to dollars. Okay, so yen, 1,000, million, billion. Okay, so this is 130, 5 million, 35 million, 900, $6.9 billion. I'm coming nice envelope with 69. So that is not, I mean, that's still a lot, but you know, I think 4680. Okay, good. Record. Casual saying the first Master Splinter put on his robe. First time Master Splinter put on his robe. Yeah, when TMNT, right? When Ninja Turtles on VeVe. They were cool. I like them. What is this? Protected. Israel renew shelter warning in Tel Aviv. Oh, I really hope that ends soon. Joey Swalls, but it's a lifelong dream of mine to throw out the first pitch at Wrigley Field. Thank you to the Cubs. Bro, he's just so jacked. He is just so large. That's so cool. I think he did a backflip as well. Eric Trump says tomorrow is not crypto related. Be patient. Big announcements to come. World Liberty Fi. Crypto Peaks is an announcement coming. The announcement could be political, could be related to finance. And Eric Trump says it is not crypto related. Be there for the Space Penguins. Gotta love. I don't know who Thurston Waffles is, but Thurston Waffles, 97,000 followers on X, got a shout. They shouted out Space Penguins. Bro. Let me give those eyes. Bro. Good for you, Thurston Waffles. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I have a lot to do. Comment, like, and subscribe. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye. I love you. Bye, guys. Meow, Randy. Never mind, I'm fine. Someone like you. I wish nothing.